This is a piecewise defined question, and part A is asking to compute a bunch of values. One is g of -1, then g of 1, then g of 2, then g of 3, then g of 120. First thing that I want you to notice is that you have to find which rule of the piecewise defined satisfies this value of the function, basically. Now, when I have a -1, I go and replace -1 in here, see which one works. And the only one that works is the first rule. So for x, I replace -1, and I realize, so -1 is less than, so x less than 1 works. And then 1, again, I replace 1 in here. The first one doesn't work, the second one works for x. So the second one is x bigger than or equal to 1, less than 3. Then for 2 also, I go replace 2 in the conditions, and the second one works. So again, 2 is in the second condition also. Then for 3 also, and I realize the 3 is on the third condition, and 120 is also in the third condition. So the first condition, now I plug in 1 in the first condition, and I get -5 times -1, that's, I'm sorry, -1 in the first condition. And the final answer is -5 times -1 is 6, 5 is the answer. Now for 1 and 2, I have to use the second condition. I'm plugging in 1 and 2, and the answer for this one is 2 plus 1 is 3, 2 times 2 plus 1 is 5, so 3 and 5. And then g at 3, let's try that. And again, 3 and 7, they're both are going to be the last 3 and 120, they're all both going to be 7. So 7 and 7. Now, approximately speaking, if I have divided x into the x axis by the cutoff here, 1 and 3, before arriving at 1, basically, the function has a slope. It's a piece of linear function, and slope is negative. So it sort of comes down like this. And then between 1 and 3, it sort of goes up like that. And then at 3, it basically starts becoming a constant function, 7, like that. So again, slope tells me if it's increasing or decreasing. And the first one, the first piece has a negative slope. Therefore, between -infinity and 1, -infinity and 1, if you look at the x-axis, you can see that it's decreasing. So I put in here -infinity and 1 with an open parentheses. And then between 1 and 3 is increasing, open parentheses. And then after 7, it's 7 and infinity, it's constant. One quick comment in here. You can tell because, let's say, the y values and different x values are the same. Here I have 2 5s, and let's say here and here I may have 2 5s, and then I have 7 repeated. So this function is not 1-to-1. Not 1-to-1. And it's all because I know there are values, y values that are repeated when the x values are not the